Hello everyone, and welcome to the back nine of round one of the Discraft Ledgestone Open, presented by Bushnell, part of the Disc Golf Pro Tour. I'm Erika Stinchcomb.
I'm Madison Walker, and we are your two hot geese.
Honk honk.
Honk.
We are playing at Northwoods Black, a pretty treacherous track. Lots of woods, lots of things happening. A lot of people under par, which is very impressive out here.
Yeah, last year, hot round was 4 down, and there weren't many people under par behind that. So to see everyone in the top 10 under par is pretty cool. FPO rules.
Yeah, I mean, there's like 50 of us. You have to be under par to be in the top 10. Like, it's getting hard out here.
Totally. It's a pleasure to be at Northwoods Black. It's shady, but it is a beast. This is one of the few open holes.
Yeah, hole 10, par 3. You could call it open, I guess, but it's still low ceiling. You can go anhyzer, which is the gap the drone flew through, or you can take a hyzer line on the right. Key thing is to keep it low. Everyone in the field can reach this, but you have to just throw it on an absolute laser. The basket is kind of elevated. It's like awkwardly elevated, so it can make for some interesting putting.
Yeah, it's kind of tucked back in the woods too, in the shade.
Paige almost getting all the way through, throwing a passion through that inside gap.
Lots of greenery inside the circle too, can make for some putting excitement.
So everyone on our feature card, even or under par here, playing really clean overall. This is the hyzer line from Alexis. It's pretty tough to get, past circle's edge taking that line. But I don't know, it feels safer. I like it.
Yeah, if you flip up and go deep to the right of the basket, it can get really hard to get to the green.
Remember how I said that was hard?
Yeah.
That was a fortress from Kristin. Absolute laser.
Ooh, I wonder where Hokom's going here.
She looks at peace.
Hoping to find a gap through the tree branches, and she does.
Gets most of the way down there.
It's played as the second easiest hole of the day, with about a third of the field finding circle 1 for birdie.
Oh, that's good. Also, yeah, it's an pretty easy shot to, just pitch up and take your par. Like, very rarely are you off the fairway.
Yep. And even though it is weirdly elevated slightly,
just slightly.
Just slightly. It's not one where you have to worry about, a elevated basket where you miss your putt and you have a 35-foot comebacker.
Right. Alexis looking like she's running this. Yep. Come on.
Floaty bid.
It's the little number plate. Yeah, it's only like 1 foot above that koozie. Like, I feel like do it or don't do it. What is this? Kristin for birdie. Just a bit low.
No problem with the comebacker for Alexis. Must have got a little roll.
A par frame out here is probably the most common result, I think.
Yeah, 20% of the field taking a birdie. A little lower than I would expect, especially with so many people getting inside the circle.
Yeah.
And
like I said,
two-thirds of the field getting inside circle 2. It's just long putt hole.
I think it's hard to absolutely park this hole. So you have to make a good putt. It's hard to get past circle's edge, like I said.
Hole 11 is on the birdie or die list. This one you gotta get. You can throw a sidearm that pushes this little leaning tree right here and finishes to the right. A backhand turnover is a great play as well. Mostly you just want to come into the green softly because finishing deep or to the right can make putting very tricky.
Paige throwing her fierce. Yeah, I like the backhand turnover. I feel like those two slanty trees in the middle kind of get in your head on the forehand. Paige, a little too inside, but fights all the way through. I mean,
wow.
She's almost to the circle. Alexis is going to show us that forehand.
Yeah, it's kind of a hyzer flip with a slower disc.
That's actually a Raptor. So,
really?
Yeah, I think she was trying to swing it out a little wider.
Yeah, the ground play on this green can be brutal. You can go deep in the woods with a sidearm.
So I think this is a better play. This is Kristin's trusty harp. I think it's like a BT hard, like it's a, you know, base plastic, so it's really beat in, lands softly.
Love that play.
I feel like Hokom's shoes are new.
I was about to say the squeaky.
I've heard it all around, but it was like especially loud right there.
Yeah.
This is her reactor, coming in a little hot, but she'll have hopefully some kind of a putt.
About half the field taking a birdie on this hole. This is, like I said, one you really want to get.
Absolutely.
It is a putting hole. You got to make these, and Hokom just coming up a wee bit short. Kristin from right outside the circle for her birdie.
Remember, she doesn't jump any of these until like 100 feet out.
Yeah. Ooh, sit down.
It's a good line. It's just a little low. Gets a roll, but she's still 15 feet away. Alexis left with kind of a stretch out Anheuser putt around a tree. Good effort. Wow, Paige really punched through. I thought she was outside the circle, but she's just inside.
Anheuser look.
Yeah,
some trees.
got that little tree in her way.
Boom.
Gorgeous.
Capitalizing on a little bit of luck there. You got to on this course.
Yeah, nothing lucky about that putt, though.
Kristin will take a par as well as with the rest of our card. Something you don't see very often on the scorecard is a little bit of green. We see Erika Stinchcomb with the ace.
First ace ever. Gonna brag about it.
Yes, we are going to talk about it.
Threw a turnover Tursus. I ran it all the way down. Didn't know what to do. Ran back. People were confused. It was a great moment.
First ace of her life. Did you hear that, folks?
Ever.
Can everyone just honk with us? Honk.
Honk, honk, honk. Hole 12 is a par 5, 725 feet. This ditch is casual, but treacherous. You just want to get across into the middle here. You don't want to land too close to this hill or on it, I feel like, because then it makes for a really awkward nose-up angle. Second shot, you see a lot of putters and slower speed just getting into the mouth of the tunnel. It's kind of hard to attack from the bottom of the hill all the way down. And then the third shot you often see is like a 200 to maybe 250 foot straight tunnel shot. The left side does have like a cliff-ish thing happening over there. If you get
you
way,
don't want
way
to
left.
filter.
So you see a lot of errors tend to be on the right side. Slower speed discs, I think, in landing a little away from the hill is probably the smartest play. Like, that's a great spot for Paige.
Yeah, you don't need to be too aggressive here. Being further back sets up the angle a lot more nicely and allows you to get way further down the fairway on your second shot. This is one of Northwood Black's most famous holes. It's just all around beautiful with the creek running through the middle, and this gauntlet second shot is legendary.
Yeah, it's, you know, it's tough, but it's fair. Like, everyone can birdie this and everyone can double bogey it.
Totally.
Alexis was a little bit on that right side, but not too bad. Kristin also pushing the right and squeaks over into a decent spot. I think aiming at those trees is kind of the play and just trying to fade out right before them for the backhand anyway.
Yep.
Here is a really gorgeous forehand.
Wow.
from
So good.
Hokom. That's her crave.
Alexis is definitely tucked to the right, but she does have a turnover here. You can be aggressive if you want.
I feel like you really only need to get about 100 to 150 feet to set yourself up.
Yeah, and what a friendly little kick out into the fairway. That right side can be pretty brutal to scramble from if you're even just a couple feet into the tree line.
Let's see how aggressive Hokom gets here. This is a relay. And I think that's all you need to do. Just get up there to the middle. Leave yourself a 200-foot-ish tunnel shot.
Paige center cut. Has a straight shot. What she likes here.
Yep, and that's perfect. I haven't seen anyone land much farther than that on the second shot. Sometimes you want to, but it just doesn't really pay off. If you're on either side, it's so hard to get down the tunnel. Alexis with the first look at it here. That's an undertaker.
Finishes a little bit left and not quite enough distance on it, but she will have a putt from right around circle's edge, I believe.
Yeah, it looks probably pretty obstructed though. We'll see. This is a reactor. Fading a little too early. Hokom is pin high though.
Reactor's such an overstable disc. That one must be pretty nice and beat in order to get it to carry straight so far.
Paige just one more fierce shot. I feel like,
Uh-oh.
oh man, you don't really see her mess those up that often.
All it takes is being a little off. Like I said, this fairway is pretty much a gauntlet. It is very narrow and very long.
Ooh, I like this. Harp up shot from Kristin. Gets inside the circle.
This plate is the 5th most difficult hole, and it's pretty much always in the top 5.
Yeah.
But again, like Erika said, everyone can birdie it. That's the weird thing.
Right. I mean, you literally only have to throw 100 feet on one of the shots.
Yep.
And 200 feet on another one of the shots. Paige laying up for her par. Alexis with a really awkward low ceiling, very wide straddle.
Ooh,
That's a great effort.
what a bid. Just a wee bit low. Hokom with a similar looking lie.
Yeah, she's closer. Look at that branch.
Yeah,
Like,
she's got a friend. They're embracing. And
she
she's
didn't
forced
even
to lay
have
up.
a look. Bummer.
Yeah, that is a bummer.
I mean, I think she's within 25 feet.
Ugh. That's the worst.
Yeah. Kristin from about the same 25, wide open look.
Boom.
Great birdie.
16% of the field taking a birdie on this hole.
Oh, nice.
Paige with a little left for her par. Oh no. Happens to the best of us.
Literally. I mean, look at her track record. She'll come back. No problem. Dang it.
Yeah,
I meant generally,
left
and not
with a-
necessarily the putt.
She was left with a very awkward comebacker, having to straddle real wide with a low ceiling.
low ceiling, yeah. So Paige dropping 2 of her strokes. Still under par for the round, though.
Under par with a double. Oof. That's impressive. Let's take a peek at the leaderboard halfway through the back. Missy Gannon lighting the course on fire, 4 down through 13. That's such a great score. Valerie Mandujano not far behind. And everyone else in the top 10, again, under par. It doesn't matter that the back nine's difficult.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, Kristin Tattar hanging in there at 2 down, 3-way tie. Paige Pierce, Sarah Hokom tied for 6th there. Yeah, you just need birdies out here on this super crazy hard course.
So easy. Hole 13. I like this tee shot. It is more of a hyzer here. You don't want to turn over to the right. That is the only mistake to make here. It's a really small landing zone, but being out in the middle really opens up this second shot. That doesn't mean that it's easy though by any means. It's up on an anthill. It can very easily catch and roll backwards and go out of bounds. There's lots of shrubbery inside the circle that makes putting very difficult. This hole's tough.
Yeah, in that pond, the OB is like 10 plus feet off the pond. So yeah, it can be pretty tough. I think landing past that really idyllic tiny little tree in the center is like the perfect spot to be, or like literally anywhere past there, right side, left side.
Yeah. And because that OB line is so pulled off the water just in case of flooding, it's also really close to the basket.
Yeah.
So you can very easily find it on your approach or on a putt.
Alexis with a great shot as well, throwing a passion. Hokom with a relay. She checks up just a bit early.
Yeah,
It's going to be tough to attack from there. Paige
Another grip
Another
lock.
grip lock, yeah. And I think that's another passion. It's
Ooh.
turning right, but she gets a very friendly kick to the left.
Yeah, she might even be able to work her way to the green from there.
It'll be tough. I think she'll probably have to pitch up. We'll see.
Yeah, Hokom having to just lay up, leave herself a 150-foot approach to this
Think it's that
treacherous
close?
green.
I feel like it's 150 from that dirt hit, like that hill.
That's how much I tell
That
myself
bald
it
hill.
is, but maybe I'm
I feel
wrong.
like Hokom's closer to 2, but it doesn't actually matter, so we can stop talking about it.
Oh yeah, Paige forced to just lay up as well.
Yeah, that would be a really aggressive play.
Yes.
I do like that she gets a little bit farther on the layup because I think that's 150 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone pulling out their Bushnell rangefinders because it is just kind of that awkward distance. I feel like you're like putter, mid, fairway,
Yep.
any or all.
But regardless, it just needs to be overstable and it needs to push.
Wow.
And it does.
Great standstill forehand from Kristin. She's on the edge. Hopefully didn't squeak in the woods too much and has an easy birdie look.
Alexis throwing a nice turnover backhand. It looks like it's going to just settle really nicely into
Oh,
the
wow. That was a Z Luna.
green. Ooh.
The only scary thing about that is putting back towards that pond. That OB's right there.
Definitely a death putt. Hokom throwing her third shot, just chipping to the green.
This is a pyro. Wait. Yes. Perfect
Very-
shot to the bullseye.
Very overstable 5-speed disc.
Here's Paige's third with her Fierce. Pretty.
Really nice gauging the speed on landing.
Alexis for a 3.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's such a scary putt. And she made it look so just calm.
outside the circle. If she misses, she's like in that disgusting pond.
20% of the field taking a birdie here. That surprises me. I feel like this hole is hard. I don't know why.
If you get past that one tree, you can
Yes.
definitely attack.
All right, and putting
Great
from over there is not
birdie.
easy. I was over there. There's not a lot to work with.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
You're not wrong. It is hard. Everyone's just super good.
Paige for her par. There we go. And Sarah taking the par as well.
If disc golf is your game, make Gotta Go, Gotta Throw your disc golf warehouse. With a huge selection of discs, bags, baskets, carts, shirts, and more. GottaGoGottaThrow.com has all the tools to take your game to the next level. Shop online or our Golden Valley, Minnesota store. Free shipping with all online orders over $75. Online or in-store, get what you need for the game you love. GottaGoGottaThrow.com, your disc golf warehouse. In the game since 1993.
Hole 14 is another par 5. They cleaned up the sides quite a bit. You can see all that brown stuff used to just be awful thorns. You want to throw right to where these people are with a putter or mid-range. I think it's really aggressive to go higher speed than that. Second shot, you want to get about halfway down this tunnel. It's a super straight shot. Some of the men throw spike hyzers. I doubt we'll see that from the women. And you really just want to get to the corner and then break it up into two like 250-foot dead straight shots. It's tempting if you make the corner on the first shot to get aggressive on the second, but I feel like you end up scrambling.
Yeah, this fairway is so small after you get to this corner. It's just unbelievable, and it's kind of a weird line. It's not a line that a disc will fly.
Yeah.
That's why, like Erika said, you do have to break it up into smaller shots and take some off.
Kristin in the perfect spot with a verdict. Yeah, but if you don't get far enough down the tunnel on the second shot, your third shot is left with that weird line. So I feel like it's very tactical.
Yep.
Alexis is a little shorter than you'd like of the corner, but not bad.
It is cleaned up over there, like Erika said, so there's some little gaps.
It used to be so bad.
It was brutal.
Just the thorniest. It's not like I was in there a bunch or anything, but it was so painful.
This is the third most difficult hole of the day, and you guys will see as we get to the second part of the fairway why that is. I'm surprised it's not the most difficult hole every day, honestly. I think it's the hardest hole on the course, in my opinion, but maybe it is about just making a good game plan and sticking to it.
There are like 5 different holes that could be the hardest hole on the course, though. I'll be curious to see. We play Northwoods, then we go Sunset, Northwoods the last day. So I'm curious, like, what will be the hardest Northwoods hole on the final day. Paige short of the corner. She is throwing, I believe, a buzz turnover forehand.
Not trying to do anything crazy.
That's really smart and well executed. There are a lot of fairway trees again on this hole. Even good shots are like, well, there's a tree there, but just got to deal.
Hokom biting off a lot because she feels really comfortable with this angle, and that is such a good shot.
That's really nice. That was her crave. Again, like, she's a little on the side, but it's so hard to land dead center on this fairway on the second shot.
Alexis also has a really nice flex sidearm here. That looks great.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Center cut.
So impressive.
I feel like that is the spot. Like, if you could pick where you want to be on your second shot. I mean, of course, you want to be a little farther. Look how far this shot is.
She's way into the gap.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Yanks it a little bit.
That's the danger of getting kind of aggressive on the second shot.
Hopefully she has something to work with over there. It's okay to get tangled up. She can still save a par from here.
Totally. Yeah, at 731, you can have one kind of bad shot and still scramble. Wow. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
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 Kristin with a felon. She's very comfortable with that disc. It seems like a good scramble disc for her. Paige is stepping out from one of those fairway trees. Pretty smooth forehand.
Yeah,
But it's kind of stable and gets a bad flare skip.
I feel like we haven't seen Paige throwing many forehands as of late, even at Idlewild.
I think she only does when she really has to.
You have to at Northwoods. You have
absolutely.
to have one. So it's good to see her throwing some.
Look at this. Come on. Really good shot from Hokom. Checks up just outside the circle. I thought it was going to get there.
Man, the sidearms on this hole on this card have been impressive.
All day.
One after another.
Alexis overturns her sidearm a bit, but is on the edge. Wow. Kristin's
Just chipping.
yeah, that was an amazing recovery shot
Wow.
on her third.
Paige left with a patent pending to chip up to the green. Nice little tree love, and she will be parked for the par.
Yeah, it was a good shot regardless of the tree, but, you know. It's like a good sound, but it doesn't sound good. You know what I mean?
Hokom for birdie. Long putt. Oh, just a little short. There was only 3 birdies on the day. Lisa Fakis, Rebecca Cox, and Lydia Lyons getting 4s, and that feels real good. Everyone else on our feature card just taking pars.
Which feels pretty good.
Feels great.
Just a reminder, everyone, Paige's documentary, Fierce, did come out. It is exclusive on the Disc Golf Network, so subscribe, check it out. Huge milestone for our sport.
Yeah. Hole 15, there's out amount all the way down the left-hand side, and it comes into play so easily if you catch a tree or you don't quite get your disc to turn enough. Your second shot, you can attack the green depending on where your drive lands. It's 525 feet at a par 4, so, I mean, you really can just break this up into 2 a little bit shorter shots. You don't have to go big off the tee, but there is room to work if you want to.
I feel like this shot is so nervy. Like, this is my nemesis hole for some reason. Kristin makes it look like it's super easy with her St. Pro.
I played my practice rounds from the MPO tee pad, so I got to this tee pad and was like, wow, this is a breeze.
It's a freaking cake.
Yeah.
Yeah, the MPO's, what, at 80 feet back?
Uh-huh.
That's gorgeous as well.
The only other thing that can happen is if you do turn one over, it can turn and burn and cut roll out of bounds.
Yeah,
So you just
hit a tree and
yeah, you really
kick
just
out of
want to
bounds.
gauge your angle of where your disc lands. Taking some off is okay here.
I really like the forehand play, as long as you don't fade too far to the right. Even if you do, there are some gaps over there. There's kind of like a false fairway where you can still get to the circle from over there.
A sneaker gap, if you will.
I won't do it.
There is room to let one rip, like we see Paige doing here, and I kind of like the aggressive play here. There's a
Totally.
little bubble of safety if you get past that little corner.
Yeah, I watched Jennifer Allen kind of sneak through that tree, and she had like a edge of circle too, almost eagle look. It was
Wow.
nuts. Fucking nuts. Hokom trying to sneak all the way through, but not able to do so.
Because of the short distance on this par 4, this does play as one of the top 3 easiest holes. Once you land your tee shot in bounds, it's pretty easy to get your par.
Man, that shot just gets me. Like, is no one else nervous about that left side OB?
Seems like the 36% of the field that took birdies are not nervous about it.
Man, I would like to be one of them.
What a great second shot from Alexis.
Yeah, perfect angle control and ground play.
She's a sidearm queen.
Yeah, she's
They've
slaying
been
it today.
so good.
That was her Raptor again.
Kristin just hides her flipping one up the middle gap, leaves it a little bit short, but she'll be on the green with a putt for birdie.
Kristin with a chance to get to that 4 down.
Hot round number.
Yeah. Really solid upshot there from Hokom. I was guessing. I do think people could get a 5, but I mean, Missy's slaying the course. Like, I feel like too many people are trying to get a 5 out here. it's making this course
surprising.
look easy.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
What a putt.
Absolutely clutch. Paige for her birdie. Nice. Gets back to 2 down. All right, I'm going to change my mindset. This hole is easy.
It's definitely easy.
God, don't be mean about it.
I'm just kidding. Really, there are no easy holes on Northwood Black.
Trying to make me feel better.
No, there's not. Including this one. It's a downhill 330-foot hole. You think cakewalk.
Oh, yeah, no
wrong.
problem. I'll just park it. No out of bounds. There is a casual creek down here. If you fade early into that creek area where those people are standing and looking for discs, oh, that's Kristin. It is a nightmare over there. You really need to punch straight. I like the hyzer flip. I throw a fairway just for overkill, but I think mid-range is probably the better play. That looks amazing.
Oh, just a little bit short. It kicks left. She'll have a putt from over there, but it can be blind.
That was a Claymore, which is a very straight latitude 64 mid-range. It's too bad that it kind of trickled down the hill.
It's a very deep gully down there.
It's super steep. Yeah, coming back for the putt. Ooh, Alexis going forehand. That's fun.
Oh, yeah. She'll have a long putt from the other side of the bridge.
If you can, land anywhere in there, you're fine with it. It's like cool.
Mm-hmm.
You occasionally see like the early grip lock on the right or really early left, and this hole can become a nightmare. That's the last tree you have to beat. It's like a little slanty off the tee,
And
it's like
I wonder how many discs that tree sees.
so many.
Ugh,
That one.
that one. It's like glowing.
Mm-hmm.
Don't hit me.
This is a crave.
Oh.
Catches a late tree.
I thought you were about to ace.
That's how you feel the whole time you're out here. You're always like right on
You're
the
just
edge of being like, come on.
It could be good or it could be terrible. We don't know. Nice floaty little bid from Alexis. She's just outside the bullseye for her par. Paige a little deeper than you'd like to be. Wow. Great little shot. That was like all wrist spin. That was really well done. Wow. Dang. Kristin rolled back like 40 feet.
Yeah, that's
She's standing in the water.
That was a bigger kick than I thought for sure.
I mean, where her disc is now is only about 3 feet farther than where her disc hit.
And she hit right above that Discraft sign.
Hokom with a really long look.
Oh, come
Splashed
on.
out. That looked great. Yeah, I feel like Hokom
She
got
deserved that.
robbed. She's only had the one birdie and has had the pars in like long
Really?
circle 2 looks the whole time. Yeah, just playing clean, but like not quite getting it. Paige with a really nice scramble and a great putt to save her par.
20% of the field getting birdies on this hole. It's right there in front of you, but it's not there for the grabbing necessarily. It's an illusion.
As they say.
Yeah. Write that one down in your sayings book.
Does anyone have a sayings book? Oh my god. Wow.
Hole 17. This used to be, in my opinion, one of the hardest holes on the course, but I feel like I figured it out. There's out of bounds on the left-hand side, and that's what makes it so intimidating, I think, because the drone flew up the right side, but there is a left side gap that's a turnover that I think is the play to get to the green. You might see some people not trying to get all the way to the green, just like kind of chipping up and taking their par. There is out of bounds that wraps around the backside though too, so you don't want to go too far past.
The creek used to play OB.
Oh yeah.
So that's why it was so hard. Also, maybe you figured it out. Good for you. But it did used to not reward the aggressive play, and now it does. Also, if you miss, there's a pretty friendly drop zone.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Kristin getting all the way down there to circle 2, it looks like. Yeah, it's not the easiest. Like, it's not a putt like hole 8, but it's pretty friendly.
It used to be, the creek used to be a very wide swath of out of bounds too.
Yeah, it was several feet off the creek. That was Alexis trying to show us the turnover forehand. She is early right. It's going to be probably a tough shot to save her par from there.
And it's always kind of in the back of your mind. You try to talk yourself out of it that, oh, if I catch a tree, I'm going to kick out of bounds early. So it's a scary, touchy tee shot.
Oh, interesting. No. Do you think that was... It looked intentional to go, the right side with the backhand. You usually see that left side, like you were saying.
Yeah, I watched Jessica Weiss throw a backhand up the right side too. It's there, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like the left side's less intimidating.
It's more forgiving.
Yeah. Ooh. Keep turning. Keep turning. That is pushing towards OB, where those white stakes
Ooh,
are.
I didn't realize there was out of bounds on the right side.
It's pretty close. Yeah. Like where it is around the green where those boards are, that just continues in a straight line, maybe 8 feet off the bridge. Oh, that looks great.
Wow.
Great scramble shot. I hope she's not
Under the bridge.
yeah, under the bridge.
Paige from the drop zone.
Yeah, here's a drop zone. Again, not easy, but could be worse. She definitely leaves that a little shorter than she wants. Kristin for a long look at 2, about 45 feet uphill. Good effort.
Only 14% of the field taking birdies on this hole. That is 7 out of the 50 competitors. This one is, even though it's short, it is tough.
So Hokom opting to take, it's an optional drop zone, so she takes it out of bounds where it went out and saves a clutch par. And remember, she hasn't had any bogeys so far this round. What a save.
So that's to continue the bogey-free streak? Okay.
Nuts. Paige for her bogey. Good putt.
Looking solid on the green all day.
Limits the damage there.
There we go.
Yeah, great scramble from Alexis. Every time I think like, oh, she's out of it. No,
Nope.
she's not.
Nope. She just like doesn't make 2 mistakes in a row ever.
Never. It's impossible.
And we're on the last hole.
Yeah, hole 18 is another one of those very particular landing zones. You want to pipe something straight up this gap. If you can land somewhere around that stump here in good shape, I would say it's better to be a little left than a little right. Try to open up this gap. You're throwing straight up this hill. It's so hard to throw it far enough because you end up throwing nose up to get a putt for birdie. Like, it's not the distance on the second shot, it's just the angle is really, really tough. If you can land past the stump and up the hill a little bit, you're going to be in amazing shape. But anywhere early is just garbage town.
Carrie.
Oh my God.
Carrie. That's
She was
great.
aggregate 6 inches away from all 6 of those trees. And there's the stump. That's a perfect shot. That was a St. Pro again. Kristin definitely known for throwing that disc really well. It's stable for most people. It's straight for her. Ooh, that looks great too.
Really low, but nice and linear. She might not be as far down the fairway as you want. The second shot will be a little bit more of a turnover.
Yeah.
But that's okay. It's a par 4. There's room to work here. It just might be, it takes the birdie out of the equation.
If you're on the right side too, it's really tough to get any kind of a forehand. You have to throw like a really high backhand turnover, I feel like. But we'll see what Hokom does. There are some gaps, but they're very small.
And it's blind up to the green as well because of this big hill. This plate is the most difficult hole. That surprises me.
I just think it's hard to birdie
Yeah.
with that second shot.
Oh.
Like, again,
You're right. It's the lack of birdies.
one of the arguably smallest landing zones of 3 to 5 different holes that we've talked about. And then just that uphill angle.
Paige with another grip lock and with a really unfortunate kick as well.
This is her 3rd forehand roller of the day, and that was definitely the hardest angle we've seen her try to execute.
That was a nice little backboard, though. It kept her out of the woods on the other side. It doesn't mean that it's necessarily an easy 3rd shot here.
So this is a cheater gap if she's going right. She's not. She's going around. But you see what I'm talking about?
Yep.
On the right side there is a tiny little window.
So
Paige
Paige
going
is
to be in the middle there
Yeah,
for her
she's
3rd.
landing ideally where you want the drive to land. She can
look.
get up and down.
Cheater gap.
Cheater gap. Wow.
That's awesome. That's such a really dangerous gap. It paid off, but look at how many trees she had to go through.
It didn't look like a fairway at all when she was lining it up.
Yeah. Hokom doing the same thing here. Also a really solid shot. It's just so hard to get there.
Yes.
Like, I wonder how many people landed in circle 1. There's probably some circle 2 looks.
Paige with a straight shot to the green. She does have the distance to get there, even though it's uphill.
And it's pushing nice and straight. She does get, it looks like just outside.
Yeah, just outside.
It's a good recovery shot. And now we're finally up to Kristin's drive.
Yeah.
It's an amazing
So
shot.
rusher. And she's got a straight shot, too. This is perfect placement. It is a little bit uphill run up.
Yeah, and you can see it's just a little awkward, but that's looking great. Here's our Claymore again.
Inside the circle.
Inside the circle.
That just doesn't happen very much.
Mm-mm.
And by not very much, I mean she was the only one to do that.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
Only 3 people getting inside circle 2 for birdie. So very impressive.
Yeah. Yeah, you saw how much power she put on that. You basically just have to barely clear the top of the hill to keep it pushing.
Such solid play from Alexis all day. She's been a pleasure to
Scramble
watch.
queen today.
Mm-hmm. Sidearm queen, scramble queen, putting queen. Paige to save a bogue.
Yeah, tree was right in the way. Paige looking like she's going to finish even par. This is Hokom for 17 pars and 1 birdie. And one of them was an OB 3 save.
Living up to her name.
Some of the guys from Stat Mando sent me some stats, and Hokom is the first player to have 17 pars in a single elite or major round this season. Queen of clean, as we like to call her. And 5 down.
5 down. Unbelievable. Well, and getting the only birdie of the day. There was not even a throw in, a long putt, nothing.
No.
Just Kristin.
And she even missed a couple of short ones. That was 1,003 rated today. That's her 11th 1,000 rated round this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a cool stat.
Yeah, thanks, Statmando. Man, really good showing from our lead card. Generally, Paige dropping a couple at the end there, unfortunately.
And I swear the back nine is harder, but you would not know that from our feature card. Look at all these blemish-free back nines. Paige is a little bit more typical here. I mean, you're going to see some different colors. You're going to see some bogeys, and you just kind of have to buckle up and continue on. But
yeah,
man, Kristin, Alexis, and Sarah are really doing something special.
So clean. So Kristin in the solo lead, Lisa Fakis and Missy Gannon shooting 4 down to be in a tie for second. Valerie Mandujano rounding out our lead card tomorrow.
And everyone else right around even par or just under par. Big change from last year where we did not see that many people under par at all. 4 down with a hot round.
It's crazy. Check this out real quick. Kristin Tattar has a 90% win rate when having the outright lead after the first round.
Oof.
90%. So we'll see if anybody can catch her. Thank you to our FPO VIP members. You keep us honking. We love you. Please join us for the rest of the weekend.
And just a reminder, we've got skins next week. You guys know it, the OTB skins. It's at Des Moines Challenge. You can buy tickets online at discgolfprotour.com to come hang out in person, the fan experience at the OTB skins. Again, thank you guys so much. We've got 3 more rounds at Ledgestone Open tomorrow. We're at Sunset Hills, a wide open ball golf course. Birdie or die. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're the 2 Hot Geese.